Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to MXGP TV and Russia for the 8th round of the FIA Motocross World Championship. It's the Patron MXGP of Russia here at Orlyanoq, and we are just a stone's throw away from all of this. It's the other side of the main road, the paddock up on the top of the hill, and the Orlyanoq Children's Holiday Camp, if you like, just down there, right on the edge, on the shores of the Black Sea. You couldn't ask for a more beautiful location in terms of what those kids do every summer. But here we are going racing again, third time now in a row for this Russian venue here in Orlyanoq. Temperatures creeping up towards 30 degrees. It's been pretty hot since we got here as well, and humid. And there is the Black Sea. We're on the coasts there of the shores of the Black Sea. And we can see that right from our vantage point upon the top end of the circuit. That's the paddock area as well, that domed building there. So it's almost like a flyaway. The riders have had their bikes freighted in, so no hospitality trucks, no race trucks, nothing like that. Just crates, flight cases, the bare minimum as we go racing. But anyway, 25 degrees out there on track as we speak. Anyway, a few moments ago, Lisa Lehner was down on the grid, caught up with a couple of riders. One of those was Henry Jacobi, number 29, FNH Racing Kawasaki. Before that, Team Diga Procross Husqvarna's number 46, David Puches. Let's hear what they have to say ahead of MX2 qualifying here in Russia. Track map first, though. And it's a short, well, 95 metres or so up towards the first turn. The rider's just coming in on the way back from their side. Anyway, let's go and talk to Lisa with Henry Jacobi. Before that, David Puches.
Hello and welcome to a very hot and sticky start line here for the MX2 qualifying race. I'd like to have a quick catch up with David Puches, mainly because I know you had quite a nasty crash at the Dutch Championship around a week ago. Firstly, how are you feeling after that?
Yeah, actually I feel quite good, you know, yeah, it was a big crash and my body feels really sore, like my ass is the worst, but I'm feeling okay and I try to do my best here, only in the ruts, you know, it's quite painful on my ass, but I do my best and hopefully in qualifying everything will go well.
But on a positive note, we saw you get your first MX2 podium this year already, plus a good result in France on the back of that. Has that given you confidence going forward for the rest of the year?
Yeah, for sure, you know, like it's been a tough few years and I'm happy to be on the podium in Mantova and yeah, my goal is now to actually fight all the time for the top 5 and also in France like I was in top 5. So yeah, since the podium everything is going good and yeah, I hope to be back on the podium soon. Best of luck. Thanks, David.
Okay, I want to have a quick catch-up with Henry Jacobi. Henry, you've shown some brilliance so far this year, but I guess a couple little mistakes in France and Portugal. I guess I just want to know, what have you been working on the weekend off?
Yeah, it hurts quite much if you do so costly mistakes like in Portugal and also in France. It didn't feel good also now in that off time, but we just try to make the good training and then also train with the guys Rowan and Adam. They are on my speed at the training, so I just try to follow them or train with them, and that I hope that gives me a little bit of confidence for the races.
And how was time practice earlier today? What's your feeling with this track here in Russia?
I was second in first practice and also second in time practice, so I should do quite well now in the race, and if not, something went wrong, but I try my best.
Have a great race. Thank you, Henry. Good luck to all the guys. It's time for the MX2 qualifying race.
Quick look at the track then for the riders. They're back now from their sighting lap, but we'll give you a rundown of the start list in just a moment. Free practice of Jorge Prado from Jacobi, Jago Giet, Tom Vial and Ben Watson. Fastest time was a 37.9 for Jorge Prado. All of a sudden, though, for the time practice session, Jorge Prado was fastest with a 37.2, so he went about 7/10 quicker than his free practice time. But also joining him in the 37s were Jacobi and Watson. So we've got a Red Bull KTM from an FNH Kawasaki, Monster Energy Khmer Yamaha. Olsen was fourth, Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, about 1/10 down on Watson in the first of the 38s. Then we had Jago Giet, Maxime Renault, Mitch Evans, Tom Vial, Brian Moreau, Michele Chervelin, and Jed Beaton, Matthijs Borromei, Darren Sanai. And as you see, the rest there, Sterry, Osland, Van Donnick, Vas Barson, Zach Pichon, Dylan Walsh, was on our studio show earlier, and if you like being entertained, tune in to Dylan Walsh, because he was certainly entertaining on his studio show debut, the Revo Husqvarna UK rider. 1 minute before the riders make their way to the line then here at Orléans, Russia. It's the Patron MXGP of Russia here. That's the run up towards the first corner. They come back in the opposite direction, then swing round just before the building there, the race office. You can see the Monster Energy finish line jump, and then they climb up onto the hill, past pit lane, and then a series of descents, ascents, and back down and onto plateaus again. There is the concentrated look of Jorge Prado, the championship leader now, as he was after Portugal. Ben Watson there, number 919, getting ready to go to the line. The 19 of Olsen, Jago Geerts, 193, Maxime Renault, 959. Mitch Evans just there behind them, look, 43. And then alongside him, the 28 of Tom Vial. And they are making the most of that shade, because with not so much wind out on track, as soon as you sit there in the sun and the sun starts beating down on your back and you've got your helmet and your kit on, well, you know what it's like. Bad enough just wearing a t-shirt. But the paddock just in the background there, the dome and the pointy building, also has an indoor sports centre upstairs, but it's below that is where the paddock area is for the riders this weekend. So Prado going about 5 gates over from the box. Wants a good run up from the middle. See the start line just down there towards the right, and then pit lane over there towards the left, and then over on this side of the track, look, wherever you look, you've got the Black Sea over on the horizon. And the sun, when it sets down there, is really magnificent. But again, we're not here for a vacation, we're here to go to work. If you call racing dirt bikes work, then I'm just joking, guys. These guys make it look so easy, don't they? There's Prado, the Red Bull KTM rider. Then his time in time practice this morning, or this afternoon actually, was 1:37.2.230. Then Henry Jacobi, FNH Racing Team, was 0.05 of a second down, so 0.055. 1:37.2. Ben Watson was next, 1:37.868. Thomas Olsen, a 1:38.002 for the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna rider there. And then Jago Geerts, who won the FIM Junior World Championship 125 category here back in 2016. But it's his teammate who was just a couple of positions ahead of him, Ben Watson, and he got on the podium here last week. And still to date, his only MX2 podium. Can he do that again here this weekend? Obviously his times look good at the moment in free practice and time practice. If he can get a good start. Tom Vial, he's having a fantastic season, isn't he, at the moment? 7th in the MX2 title chase on 115 points. He's just 2 behind Ben Watson. And there is Jago Geerts. Already been on the podium a couple of times this year. Best qualifying race finish, though, has been 2nd, last time out in France, and also in Trentino, round 4. And Mitch Evans, Honda 114 Motorsports, just going through his final moments before the gate drops. And Michele Chervin, Yamaha, SM Action, MC Migliori. Was he actually in the... he was 10th in time practice, just ahead of Jed Beaton. And then Matej Boiramé, Darian Sanai, bike at DRT Kawasaki. Adam Sterry down in 14th, ahead of Alban Osman on the Revo Husqvarna. Brent Van Donnick, Bas Varsen. Dylan Walsh was 19th. And then Ika Larinaga. Final riders in position, which means we're almost ready to go here. 20 minutes plus 2, MX2 qualifying. Coming up next on MXGP TV. It's round 8 of the FIM Motocross World Championship. The Fly Racing Waters turn to 5. The gate get ready to drop here. Everybody cleanly away. Prado through the middle, but it's his teammate, number 28, Tom Vial. Everybody looks like they're through cleanly, but Prado down in 4th place on the exit of turn 1. Behind them is Sanai. So Sanai in 2nd. 3rd is Jago Geerts, so he gets the start that he wanted. Basvassen there, buried in amongst the mid-pack and the 35 at the back there of Mitch Harrison on the Bud Racing Kawasaki. First time here to Russia. A world away from what he's used to in the US. There's Beaton getting squeezed to the outside, but it's Vial who leads. Sanai second, Jago Geertz third. The 61 of Prado is in fourth place. They may have put water down in one or two spots on this hard, slick racetrack. Fifth is Chervelin, or is it Renault? I think it's Chervelin at the top of the hill, 7:47. As Prado gets squeezed there by the man, the only rider to beat him this year, and that was in race 1 in France 2 weekends ago. Of course, that is Jago Geertz. Yeah, look, water on the downsides coming into land. Guy's got to be very careful there. Hello, TKO. Homing in on the 61, so we've got Sanai who leads. Where's Vial gone? So Sanai, your leader. Vial has made a mistake. He's down in 6th place. So, oh, and Sanai just lays it over in the turn, hugs the bank, picks himself up in about 4th or 5th place. But Chervelin finds his way through, and so too, well, everybody does actually. The first 5 guys. It's Jago Geertz who leads then. Oh, back end wickedly steps out on the back of that Yamaha. He closes the door down on Prado. 3rd is Olsen. 4th is now Sanai. 5th is Chervelin, and 6th just behind them as they hit that jump was Vial. Matthijs Boerme is in 7th position, and then we've got Mitch Evans in 8th, Larinaga 9, Walsh 10, Beaton 11, Watson is 12th, Renault, Vassen, Pichon, Brian Moreau, Jacoby, Pessoa, Oslin, Sakina. Geertz having to go defensive, and a wide inside sweep for Prado. 2 bikes side by side as they hit the top of the hill here, and Prado will just carve his way up the inside. Looks to his right, wasn't sure where Jago Geertz was going to be. Geertz will probably go to the outside here, but got to be keeping it straight on the landing there. Sun starting to haze out as well. So in and out of the shadows over on this part of the racetrack late on this afternoon here, almost 5 o'clock local time. Olsen wasn't able to join these two in their battle in France. Are we going to see something that will whet our appetite ahead of race 2 for tomorrow, race 1 tomorrow? Prado up front, Geertz second, Olsen third, Sanai back there in 4th, Vial just behind. Now up into 5th place, 6th is Chervelin as they hit the line. Fastest lap though for Prado, 40.0, that's 41, and the 40 for Geertz and Olsen respectively. Sanai's 4.4 seconds off the lead, but tell you what, Jago Geertz, I think he's kind of gone, you know what, the only way that we're going to beat Prado is apply the pressure, put him under pressure, because he's not had that really. So if Jago Geertz can just do that, maybe force Prado into making a mistake, because it was Prado's admission, wasn't it? He said he relaxed too much towards the end of the first race, which is why Jago Geertz caught past him. But can't take it away from the Belgian. He was riding good, he was solid, he was on it. He was setting faster lap after fastest lap, and he got the job done with 2 laps to go in terms of making the pass. So it was a nervy final 2 laps for him. Prado taking the outside line up on the top there, maybe just slightly quicker. Again, you can't afford to give him too much space, because once he has that space, he settles down. And then he kind of hits second and starts to pull away. When you're on his back wheel, messing with him and keeping him second guessing, are you left or right, then that obviously becomes an issue. But Sanai down to 5th now. Tom Vial has found his way past on the second of the Red Bull KTMs. Chervelin is still 6th, Evans 7, Boerme 8, Watson up to 9, Beaton 10, Larinaga 11, Pichon up to 12. I think we've lost Maxime Renault. Yes, we have, right on cue. The Yamaha SM Action MC Miliori rider was in 12th. but he's outside of the top 20 as he rejoins the race. Adam Sterry in 19th position. So not a good time practice and not a good opening couple of laps for the Welshman Adam Sterry on the F&H Kawasaki. There's Mitch Harrison, number 35. Where is he? He's just outside of the top 20 as well. Mitch Evans in red, just behind Sinai. So we've got an Italian, an American, and an Australian. Oh, and offline there for Chervelin. That's going to leave the door open for Sinai. He takes that with both hands. Good to see Mitch Evans settling into the championship as well. Sneaking in under the radar. Just very quiet and unassuming is the Australian, but good to see him having good friendly conversations with Darren Sinai actually in our hotel. So obviously good friendship being forged there between the two riders, a million miles from home. Both English speaking, maybe that helps as well, but there's Jorge Prado. Jago Geerts has been passed by Olsen. So Geertsen in third. Where did that pass happen? The outside for a 250 has got to be the quicker option at the top of the hill. Prado coming tight out of that right, around the outside, then all you've got to do is a double, but on the inside you've got like two singles and then a double, and if you don't get over that, you're hitting another crest, wheels off the ground. All makes a difference. I think it was a mistake from Jago Geerts because he did set the fastest first sector. Maybe just pushing. Look how the rock now, the sun, just the back end of the rocks on that face. Oh, Watson. So Watson, finish line. Now, oh, that's how slick. Wow. Watson, oh, almost wearing his bike as a jacket there, but he picks himself up and rejoins the race, but the handlebars are battered, and so is the young Englishman as well. So Watson then has a lot of work to do. He went through in 8th place as well. But I was just saying, in the dip there from behind the iPhone, you can see, or it's actually here, you've got the sheetrock there, and then all on there, look, you see the light just behind the rocks. It's exactly the same down towards the finish line area. It's hard and slick. And he just came in there, just trying to hold his line. The front end has gone on the hard, slick surface, just lost that traction. Alberto Ferrato did something similar in the MX2 50 race one earlier, but we didn't have it from that angle. We only had it from the backside, from one of our GoPros, actually. Oh. Olsen having to work hard, but very lucky to get away with that, Watson. But all of a sudden, Olsen now is the fastest man on track by about 4/10, a 39.1, about a second and a half between him and Prado. Prado looking as immaculate as ever at the head of the field, and equally as calm. Jago Geerts lost about 3 seconds since whatever mistake he made, so he's 4.9 off of Prado, about 3.2 or 3 off of Olsen. Up onto the first of two plateaus over on the farthest point of the racetrack from the start. Then we have this series of tabletops, the Monster Energy 18 meters, 12 meters for the middle one, and then this one here, about 25 meter city. Right, here's Watson. He has gone through in 28th place. Here's his crash again, look. Lost the front. And then from the other angle, coming up, oh, look at that. Oh, very lucky Ben Watson. It's a high-speed drop down towards the finish line there. Downhill, slightly off-cambered. You're then turning up on the face of the jump. You are putting a lot of faith in those tyres, no matter what the brand. Right, Evans the same, losing traction out of the rear there. Hard and slick. So Evans still there in 6th for Honda 114 Motorsports. giving chase to the Yamaha SM Action MC Migliori rider here, 747. And Michele Chervelin. You have to be a little bit straighter there on the face. So Prado leads, 2.5 seconds clear of Olsen. Third is Jago Kietz, fourth Vial, fifth Chervelin. Watson with a serious amount of work to do. Good news for him, 29 riders on the gate. He's not going to be too far over to the right if that's where he chooses to go. Might even be able to give himself a little bit of space between riders as Renault goes down. So Renault having 2 falls then. So Kietz third, Vial fourth, Chervelin fifth, Evans sixth, Sanai 7, Poirame 8, Jed Beaton 9, Ika Larinaga. Good to see actually the 66th Ika Larinaga back here this weekend. Marchetti Racing Team KTM. Been missing, he's had a bit of a, he missed the second and third rounds at Matterley and Valkenswaard, and then he was back for 2 or 3 rounds and then missed France. 21st in the championship for the young Spaniard. Adam Sterry now up in the 16th place, just found his way by the bike at DRT Kawasaki, the Brazilian, Gustavo Pessoa, but looks like those two are having a nice little battle on track actually, because those two trading positions as we speak. 16th and 17th, Sterry back in 17th place. Mitch Harrison on the Bud Racing Kawasaki, he's in 19th, just behind the 102 of Richard Zakina, JD Gunnax KTM rider. Right, here's Pichon, Zach Pichon in red, riding the 101. Lead rider in that shot. Where is he? He is in 11th position, just behind Ika Larinaga, and he's got his fellow Frenchman behind him, Brian Moreau, on the Bud Racing Kawasaki. Then the 98 there, Bas Varsen. So the Hitachi KTM UK rider, fueled by Milwaukee. See how the ground is starting to get polished. The last thing you want on there is water, especially this late on in the day. Wouldn't want to do anybody any favours. We've got MXGP race coming up next as well, haven't we? The qualifying race for those guys. There is the 98 of Vassen. Third rider in shot, second rider now, sandwiched between 2 Kawasaki's. So the 29 of Henry Jacobi, fast in free practice, fast in time practice, second in both sessions. But without a good start and maybe 1 or 2 problems here and there, you find yourself down in the thick of it, 14th place. It's going to be a frustrating ride for the German. 6.5 minutes plus 2 to go. Where is Watson at the moment? 25th. He's got a handful of guys ahead of him. Dylan Walsh, 20th. David Pooch is 22nd. Hardy Ruziorg, Brent Van Donnick, Ben Watson. That's the line of riders from 21st to 25th place. Vassen. Oh, him and Brian Moreau. Bit of a love tap going on, and that almost allowed Jacobi through, but more important thing from Vassen's side was that he made the pass on the Frenchman, who then bobbles, and Jacobi's going to find his way past as well. Over on the right-hand side, yes, he does. So Jacobi then all of a sudden moves up to 13th place. Vassen up to 12th. Here's Tom Vial, bottom of your screen. In orange, he's in 4th. Chervelin flashing by, and then Evans still there in 6th place. Prado, though, the fastest man on track again on lap 8, the 39.0, almost in the 38s. Olsen 3 seconds behind him now. Jago Kietz maybe settling for 3rd place in this qualifying race. A 140.5, I should say. 9 seconds off of the leader. Tom Biao, Red Bull KTM, launching through that corner jump up onto this plateau, tabletop. And then here, just what, 1, 2, 3 corners away from the finish line. Opting for the outside, stays away from those waves and just doubles his way down over on the outside. But it does make that corner very tight on the run down towards the finish line. Chervlin still giving chase, and there's Sanai in 7th position, led briefly. Not sure what happened to Tom Vial on the first lap, actually, because he was leading and then went down to 6th. Sanai took over the lead, but then he tipped over in the tight right before they run down towards the finish line area. Picked himself back up in 4th and 5th place, but he's now coming under attack from Matthijs Boisramé, the Honda Red Motor Asamotor rider from France and last year's EMX 250 champ. Behind them, Jed Beaton, Rockstar Energy Husqvarna. I haven't seen too much of Beaton, actually. Just behind these guys as they fight over 7th place. Sanai coming in to land on that Kawasaki. There is Beaton just in the background behind these two. Jacoby has found his way past Pichon. So Jacoby now up in the 12th. Zach Pichon in 13th. And Boisramé looking to go up the inside of the American Sanai, but not going to go through there. Who was it went through the fence last year? Was it Goupillon and Pocock in EMX2? Almost took out our TV tower. Anyway, bobble here for Sanai. Closes the door on Boisramé, doesn't allow him through. Over the line for the 10th time. And Sanai, a 142.3, a 41.9 for the guy pursuing him there, the 172. Doing his best to equal his best qualifying of the year so far, Sanai. 7th earlier on this year, Trentino. Oh, look, on hard rock conditions. Similar to today, but Matthijs Boisramé just behind him. 5th in Lombardia, in Mantova in Portugal. So looking to try and move ahead of the American from 8th to 7th. Evans is about another 8 seconds further up the track, so with 2 minutes plus 2 to go, doesn't look like he's going to find his way past fellow Honda rider from a different team. So this was Larinaga and Jacoby. So Jacoby moving up into 11th then. How hard and loose the ground is over there. Just the nature of the ground here, all very rocky. Not too dissimilar to a French or an Italian style track. You turn up and go ride on a practice day. By the time it's done, it would look something like this. Just hard and loose and slick. This is where Sanai fell towards the end of the first lap, held that tight inside line, kissed the bank. Now this time it's Boisramé looking to go around the outside and again can't find a way past the American. Thinks, okay, well I'll go around the outside, and this time it works. Closes the door on the 57, and also on the climb as well. Steeper than it looks on TV. That rise up from the finish line. Jed Beaton just lurking in the background in 9th place. So Prado leads. Olsen 2nd, Kietz 3rd. Ooh, Vial. So that takeoff proving problematic for more than 1 or 2 riders then so far today. So Prado leads, Olsen 2nd, Kietz 3rd, Cherblin now 4th for Yamaha SM Action MC Miliori, Evans 5th, Honda 114 Motorsports, Vial now 6th for Red Bull KTM. 7th, Matthijs Boisramé, 8th is Sanai there, and then 9th, homing in on him on the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, number 14, Jed Beaton. So the 3rd rider in this shot, the Australian. Looking to improve on on what would be a series best qualifying this season, at least. Jed Beaton, 11th in Lombardia. Didn't start in France because he was all beat up and whatever, carrying too many little injuries. Here he is now, just behind Darren Sinai, trying to find a way through to 8th place. A little short coming into land, but he still finds that inside rut, despite missing his braking point. So 2 to go. Prado out on his own, nearly 7 seconds clear of Olsen, but Olsen's teammate here, number 14, on that Husqvarna, over on the left side now. He's trying to nick 1 or 2 more positions if he can from the 57 and the 172 of Sinai in Boirame. Oh, a bit of a heavy landing there for the Aussie. Looking to try something else, goes for an inside line instead of the outside rut or berm to the outside, but can't afford to switch off because look at the hard charging Jacoby from out of nowhere. Henry Jacoby, the last couple of laps, has found his way past Zach Pichon and Ika Larinaga and probably Bas Barson, and all of a sudden is right on the tails of these guys here, Boirame, Sinai and Beaton. It's all of a sudden a 4-way battle. These 3 were out of this corner here as Jacoby came into land a lap or so ago. All of a sudden he's right there enjoying the party. So Jacoby 141, full second or so quicker than the guys ahead of him. Here he is again, looking to make a move. Oh, he don't care, does he? He's a real honey badger when he puts his mind to it. Why go the long way around when you can make a sort of a 45-degree pass down the end of a straight? Jacoby then right on the rear wheel of these guys. He'll go to the outside, try to find the traction, double his way through. Final lap. Prado almost 8 seconds clear, but this battle here for 7th, Boirame, Sinai, Beaton and Jacoby. Oh, did he land in neutral then, Jacoby? Oh, he tried to get in there a little bit too hot. You know what, I think he grabbed a handful of front brake as well because he lost the front there. I know it's a little bit slippery, but you see how hard he's working. All or nothing is Jacoby, even in the qualifying race. Here he is, just off the back of this group again. Here's Prado, meanwhile, working his way down towards the finish line. And the Red Bull KTM rider taking his 4th qualifying race win of the season. Back-to-back as well, since he won last time out in France. Waiting for Thomas Olsen. He hits the line 2nd for the 2nd time this year, and Jago Kietz, he'll cross the line 3rd. Just a quick pull of the tear-offs. Maybe 1 or 2 little mistakes there just creeping in, but better today than tomorrow. But this battle still goes on. And Vassen joining the party as well. But Kietz 3rd, Evans 4th, Chervelin 5th, Vial 6th, Boirame, Sinai, Beaton, and then Jacoby. Anyway, here's Lisa Leyland with our winner, Jorge Prado.
Jorge Prado, congratulations. Another perfect race at the head of the field on your own to get your 4th qualifying race win. What's it like out there under these conditions?
Yeah, I had a good start, top 5 start, and then came, fought my way back to the top, and it was a great race. The track is very, very hard, very slippery. You need to be careful in many places, and really looking forward for tomorrow. Hopefully soon we have my team manager back, Claudio Carli. Now it's at home, so thanks, Claudio, for everything you do, and hopefully see you soon back in the tracks.
Good luck for tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah, get well soon, Claudio. Won't be here and won't be in Latvia, but we hope to see him back in Germany. But Jorge Prado, for the 4th time this year, takes the MX2 qualifying race win on his Red Bull KTM ahead of Thomas Kjær-Olsen and Jago Geerts. Guess what? They're the same top 3 riders in the championship chase as well in MX2. Official confirmation then coming up from MX2 qualifying. Jorge Prado, your winner, from Thomas Kjær-Olsen. Jago Geerts 3rd, Mitch Evans 4th. Caley Cherblin was 5th, Tom Vial 6th after a mistake. Matthijs Borromée 7th and Darian Sinai 8th. 9th for Jed Beaton and 10th, Henry Jacobi. Bas Varsen was 11th, Ika Larinaga 12th, Brian Moreau, Zach Pichon, Alvin Osland, Adam Sterry, Richard Zakina, Dylan Walsh, Mitch Harrison, Gustavo Pessoa, Enzo Torriani, David Puches, Brent Van Donnick, Hardy Ruziorg, Ben Watson 25th. Very lucky to even finish the race. Maxime Renault 26th, and then Yuri Avisto, Peter Pollock and Hampus Kala. Yeah, I thought about reading my program, but turns out I need to learn to speak or read first of all. But he seems to be enjoying it. Anyway, let's take a look at the highlights, shall we? MX2 qualifying. Gate dropped, and up the inside of his teammate was the 28 of Tom Vial. Just behind him was Darian Sinai, Jago Geerts, Jorge Prado, Thomas Olsen, and Michele Cherblin was in there as well. But somewhere around the first part of the lap, Tom Vial went missing. Oh, that's probably why, actually. Yeah, he was legging his way up the bank. And then it was Sinai who made the mistake before the end of the first lap, handed the lead to Jago Geerts. Prado, though, needed about a lap or so to find his way past the Belgian and into the lead. Maxime Renault fell, not for the first time. Eventually come home in 26th place. But Sinai was under attack. Cherblin, Evans, all ganging up behind him as Vial started to disappear at the top of the hill. And then Watson had this almighty perler. Picked himself up, but he was a little bit detuned in second hand after that. Another rider that was on the charge, though, was a 29 of Henry Jacobi. Broke inside the top 10 with a pass on Ika Larinaga. Tom Vial also had a Watson moment, but managed to keep it upright. He would eventually come home in 6th place. In the end, though, it was Prado who went on to win the qualifying race for the 4th time in MX2. Right, we'll take a quick break, enjoy some of the best moments from that MX2 qualifying race, but we will be back at 1/2 the hour, so in about 7.5 minutes' time. We'll see you then for MXGP qualifying.
Участников, которые сейчас